What's up, guys? Nick Wood here. I'm going to talk about a niche. I talked about this briefly before, but I'm going to talk about this again today. And that is because I have somebody, if you can see right here, I've got my guy Taylor. He's doing a mobile car detail, mobile car wash on the Wags. She is going to look very, very nice when this is all said and done. I'm going to head up to the office, and I'm going to tell you guys about it on the way. So, guys, I've talked a little bit about this. Mobile car detailing is an interesting niche. It's not super high ticket, right? It's not super high ticket. But as I have used the service, as I've done deals myself, hang tight here, got to get some lights on. I'm going to get my recording lights on so you can actually see my face. Not that you want to, but it's all good. All right, there we go. So, guys, mobile car detailing, okay? I've talked about this before. I got into the niche because I had a friend that had a company, and it wasn't right here locally, but in Utah. And he's like, "Hey, can you get me leads?" And I was like, "Yeah." And this is what I do with referrals every time is I always tell them, "Hey, I've never done this niche. However, I've done this niche, and it should work the exact same. So if you're willing to take the risk, we'll do a 3-month, 6-month contract. We'll try it out, whatever." And guys, it did really well. It did really, really well. We targeted mainly mobile details. A little bit of mobile car wash. These are the phrases that we were targeting, and it did really well. He ended up getting out of the business. I don't even know if we have that website rented anymore. I have somebody that one of my old project manager has kind of assumed the role of like running the company. She closes deals, she runs everything. So I'm not sure where we're at with that site. However, this just barely happened the other day as I was looking, and I have a guy that comes to my house and he washes our vehicles. Okay. And I started thinking about it because he comes every 2 weeks. And on one of the weeks, I know how much I pay him. On the other week, I know how much I pay him because one of the weeks he does the full interior detail and the exterior detail. And he does the rims and he does inside the wheel base, whatever they call it. And he does the whole freaking thing. And then it's got to dry. I mean, it is a thing, right? And it can cost a little bit of money. It's not $8 to drive through the local car wash. And so I started thinking about it. I'm like, man, I'm spending a fair amount of money. And what happened is the other day, he was supposed to come 2 days ago, excuse me, and he texted me and he's like, "Hey man, I'm sick. I can't come today." And I was like, "Dude, like I'm chill." And I was like, "Okay, well, that's fine." But I said, "Dude, like you've done this a couple times. Do I need to find somebody else?" And so as I started thinking, I'm like, how am I going to find somebody else? I'm going to go, I'm like, maybe I should just get a client for this. This is stupid. I don't have a client for this. Let me just get a client. And so that kind of got my wheels turning. And so we did some due diligence locally where I live right now on this niche because I've done it in a city outside of here. And at the same time, and I'll piece all this together, I'm in the process of buying a new vehicle. And I will not tell you the vehicle right now, but this vehicle is going to cost me even more than the wagon. So he's going to be washing like 3 or 4 cars now, and actually just 3. And it's going to be inside, outside. And it's just going to be a thing, dude. I'm going to be spending a lot of money every 2 weeks. And it's recurring, dude. Like it's not just a one and done, right? It's not like you're coming to clean your ducks and then it's like, see it in 6 months or a year or 4 years. It is literally every 2 weeks or every week if like I have something coming up and I want it washed and want it clean. And so I started thinking about it, and we are going to build out a website. If you're looking at the competition and everything else, I didn't understand how this worked because I hadn't used the service enough. But as I've used the service, I realized this is not as low ticket as I thought. I was uninterested because I was like, man, even at $100 for a detail or $200 or even $500 for a detail, it's a one and done. But it's not a one and done, dude. And most of the people that this guy has, the reason that he's so busy is because everyone wants it done on a regular basis, right? And you get certain cars and you do, like I have a matte wrap. It's like literally a vinyl wrap. You can't take it through the car wash or it's going to bubble. It's going to ruin it. So you have to do it by hand. Like I have to use him or somebody like him. And so as I'm buying this other car, it's like, dude, I'm just going to be ever increasing my bill. This guy does, he was just barely talking to me today. He one of his clients just barely sold a Lamborghini Aventador. And I'm like, dog, this guy he's basically washing. I mean, if you have a Ford Taurus, you're probably not getting that sucker mobile detailed, right? You're probably just going and banging it through the car wash. But if you have something that's higher end, or you think's higher end, you're going to be paying for it. And so you're gonna have that, expendable income. And so I just started this whole like mental thing. I'm like, dude, it's actually a really good niche if you are in the right cities. So Guys, I'm telling you that it is low ticket if you look at it with one service, like one visit. Let's say I spent 180 bucks and they got their time involved. So it's pretty good profits, but it's not a ton. But if I'm spending 180 bucks every 2 weeks, that's $360 per month. And if I'm spending $360 for 2 vehicles, that's $720 per month. And then I go and buy another vehicle, it's gonna cost me more. I'm gonna be a grand per month into this guy. Like, dude, a concrete job, right? You go and do it, it's $2,000, $5,000. I redid my driveway because this car I'm getting. And it cost me $5,000 to pour the concrete. Great. I'm not gonna have to pour that concrete again. It's done. If I'm spending 700 bucks, let's say 700 bucks, make it fair. 750 bucks. That's $9,000 per year. And it's recurring, dude. It's like, so I wanted to get on here and let you guys know I am going to be building a website for mobile car detailing, mobile car washes here where I live locally. I'm going to be trying to sell the leads to my guys. So don't you dare come and build. No, you can build a website here. It's fine. No, like there's room for everybody. There's a lot of mobile car detailing companies and we can all win. I don't care about that. I've never been Mr. Scarcity, but I've always said, like, as I discover new information, as I learn more information, as new stuff is shown to me, I want to let you guys know in real time. And in real time, my opinion before was like, yeah, we did the one site. It was cool. We made a little bit of money. I didn't build another one. I wasn't super, like, we made some money, but it wasn't anything to write home about. But I hadn't used the service. I had never really used the service. I had a Model Y Tesla and I was just blowing that thing through the, these car washes. You just have the monthly pass and like, it was like gym, gas station, car wash, like 3 times a week. I was just hitting it through the car wash. And so I didn't realize like how much money people actually spend on, and I'm one person, right? One person, 3 vehicles, 750 to $1,000 a month. It doesn't take that much money, that many people like me to really make it worth it. And so we're going to be building a website. We're going to be targeting this area. Now, you have to remember there are certain cities, like for example, if I go 30 to 45 minutes down the street to this other city called Cedar City, the people there, for the most part, they're not into, like, there's snow and there's mountains and you're not going to see, Lamborghinis there. And there's people that have money there, trust me, but it's just not the vibe of the town. There's not people with Lamborghinis. It's just kind of weird. If you see a Ferrari, it's like crazy, right? And that's kind of the case here, but we're getting some people that are moving in from out of state. And so we're getting a little bit more of that. So you have to make sure that you have to realize and think, not just looking at the population and the search volume. You have to think about it from an intuition standpoint. Like this city right here, what's the gross, what was the average income? What is the main occupations? And, there's some other factors. And so I would encourage you for this specific niche, look in your own backyard first. Look in your backyard. Do you see supercars around your where you live? Do you see, I would call them luxury vehicles where you live? And if you see a lot of them, you're going to probably start noticing people do this more and more. And this is the same thing. This is the same trend that I spotted with artificial grass. I had never even thought about artificial grass. A guy came over to give me a quote on some landscaping, and then he gave me a quote on artificial grass, and then he asked me if he could get him some leads. And then I started talking to him, and I started looking at the numbers, and I started realizing everyone's getting artificial grass. Next thing you know, we're cranking out leads in this little teeny town that I live in, and everyone's doing artificial grass. So anyway, guys, I am a fan of mobile car detailing if it's done correctly, if it's done in the right city, and that is because I didn't quite understand the economics behind it because I hadn't really used the service. So guys, if you are looking for a niche to test out, and maybe it's a starter niche, the crazy part is, dude, we did the research on this, the due diligence. There's no competition. It's not going to be super hard to rank. The volume isn't crazy, but there is no competition. So I'm super excited about it. Mobile car detailing, mobile car wash. Guys, I want to give you a little bit of a niche update. We'll call this a niche deeper dive because we do our niche deep dive. This is a niche deeper dive. I think on the last video I said it's a good niche, but I wouldn't build 100 of these things. But it's becoming interesting to me because I'm starting to understand how it works. And guys, these companies are making more than just a one-time smack on us. So anyway, that's my thoughts on mobile car detailing. It's your boy. I'm out.